So, this is Unfiltered Faith.
I'm Maya.
I'm Eliza. And this is it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we met in 2022 at youth group. Well, I mean, we kind of saw each other at church, but, like, not really.
Yeah. I don't really remember us meeting. Like, it was never, like, a official introduction. You know what
I
I'm
remember
saying?
you texting me,
Yeah.
and you're like,
did.
hey, I was at youth group, and I was like, cool. But also, I kind of remember being like, oh my goodness, I was laying on my bed, and I was like, oh man, like, Lord, I'm moving youth groups, and I kind of just, like, need someone to, like, you know, give me a reason to stay. And then you texted me. I was like, oh,
yeah. The Lord works in crazy ways like that,
so,
though.
Yeah,
it's
he
really
does
cool.
that, like, a lot. But, you know.
Yeah.
And then I think, like, the main thing that we did after we met was go to future camps. Right? Like, that was the first big thing we did together, right?
Yeah, and that was, like, last minute. It was literally, like, not even 24 hours. You were like, hey, do you want to come? And I was like, why not?
Yes.
Let's do it.
I don't even know if I'm that spontaneous. Like, I'm that spontaneous asking people to show up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, if you ask them, they'll come. Like, I do not think I could.
I'm never that spontaneous. Like, I have to have a plan, but when you told me, I was like, you know what? Why not? You know, like, might as well.
And we did it.
I don't like YOLO, but that was, like, where I was at. Was you only live once.
That's kind of true.
Yeah.
And then you have eternal life with Jesus.
Right. So,
But
like,
that was a fun time.
mm-hmm. And we started going to life group together. Like,
Oh,
so
yes.
that was big. But the big thing was future for sure.
Yeah, life group. Good times.
That's crazy.
I forget about it. I'm like, oh, because it starts to feel like a constant thing. I'm like, oh, life group.
Yeah.
Like,
but then it stops, because, like, we're not having it right now. And then it, like, starts, and then it stops over the summer.
mm-hmm.
But I always look forward to it when it comes back
Yeah,
around.
absolutely.
So, that's cool.
The Bible talks about, like, you know, fellowshipping with food. And that's my favorite. I'm like, absolutely.
That's so real.
Like, how else are you supposed to get together with people
Right.
other than food?
You have to have food.
It makes it worthwhile.
I agree.
If the company's bad, you get good food.
But the company isn't bad.
But no, just, like, in case, you know, double check.
Yes. That's true. If
But
there's
then-
not food, then it's not as good of a time.
But then when there is food, it's always good company.
So real.
Sure.
I agree.
Okay. Should we just move on?
We should.
Okay, going to questions.
Okay.
You had yours.
Oh, yes, I did. Let's find it. Okay. What is your word for 2024? What was, I guess.
I did, like, a lot of new things inside of, like, old things. So, like, new responsibilities. So I would say, like, responsibility. Because that's, like, what I keep looking back on. I'm like, that was a lot of work. I put a lot of effort into that. Yeah, it's a big deal.
You're growing up. It's crazy. What are we gonna do? Oh my gosh.
So not be able to buy lottery tickets.
That's crazy.
I definitely will be putting that, you know, to use all the time.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yes, gambling is definitely your thing.
Yeah. One time I bet on a horse. Not really.
Oh my gosh.
It was just a penny.
Okay. Go on.
Okay.
Oh, my word was contentment. Like, because last year it didn't go the way that I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
But through that, I was really seeking contentment in the Lord purely. Because I had no idea what the heck I was doing with my life last year.
That's real.
I was like,
How are you?
you know what, God? As long as I got you, we'll be fine. So, that's where I was at with 2024, for sure.
Yeah.
But, new year, you know.
Yes. New year. Not really new me, but, you know.
Right.
When you're walking.
I feel the same, but in, like, a weird way I feel closer to the Lord. Yes, refreshed. That's a good word, refreshed.
Yes.
For
Because
sure.
you're like, ooh, new beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just, like, open up a new chapter. And you're like,
Mm-hmm. Yes. I do agree with that. Okay, and then what is a word that you would, like, staple for this year?
This year?
Mm-hmm.
I would say pursuing what the Lord has offered you. Which, that's not a word.
Ooh.
So,
No, I love that.
but so I guess, like, pursue.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I like that a lot.
I think that that's what I gotta do.
Mm.
So, yeah.
My word would be, I have two, I guess purpose, but then, like, intimacy with the Lord is something, because, like, I really want to just start, like, sitting in his presence, which sounds a little weird, right, when you think about it, but, like, just sitting in silence of, like, Lord, I give this time purely to you, like, this is just for you. I feel like that's really what I want to start doing, because I was listening to a podcast yesterday at the gym, and I was like, it was the Carew Ellington podcast.
Love it.
He's so good, and it was with his two brothers, and they were just talking about, like, sitting with the Lord. And, like, you kind of wonder, like, why don't I hear the Lord's voice? Or, like, why don't I feel close to him? It's because, like, we have so much going on in our lives, and it's like we haven't sat in his presence and just given our time to him. So I really want to start doing that, because I feel like I'm just go all the time. And then I'm like, Lord, where are you? He's right here. I just...
Oh, yeah.
Forgot.
Yeah. That's a lot of the time. I'm like, oh no, the Lord understands I'm tired. Let me just go to bed. And I'm like, so am I going to wake up and do it? Half the time I don't.
That's so
Gotta get on that.
And it's the same with, like, my reading the Bible. It's like, I'll do it later, but then later comes and I'm tired, or I get on my phone and I'm on it for 30 minutes when I could have been doing my quiet time, and I'm like, I'm wasting my time.
Right.
And then I get tired and I go to sleep, and it's like, shoot, forgot to do that.
Like, yeah. It's unfortunate. But that's why I have, you know, this new year, this feeling of a new chapter, and able to put in the work.
So yeah, it's exciting. I think this year's going to be really good for everybody. I don't know. I just have a really good feeling about it.
I think so. I'm excited.
Yes, for sure.
So a lot of things about to happen.
Yeah.
But it's exciting.
I agree. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
Yes. Okay. Next question is, what is a physical feature that you like most about yourself?
I really like my hair. A lot. Even though all the time I want to color it, but...
Or, like, chop it off.
Right.
Or, like...
There are days where I'm like, gosh, I really wish my hair was short. But then I'm like, no, I love my long hair.
Very nice.
Thank you. But I also really like my smile. I would say those two things. My smile and my hair. What about you?
I would say my eyes.
Ooh.
And probably my hair, too.
Okay. I feel like
it's so much work to make it, like, you know, presentable. But at the same time...
It is so much work.
At the same time, it can be worth it. Some days it's not, and you're like, ponytail today.
Every day?
Yeah. Yes, kind of.
I mean...
I just, you know, day by day.
For sure. Like, day 3 not washed, it's a messy bun.
Oh, absolutely.
That's where I'm at with it.
And the fact that, like, the slick back buns came in style, I was bewildered. Because that's, like, the easiest way to cover it up.
Yes.
And I'm like...
Agreed. Because it looks like...
stretch it to day 5.
Yes. Do I do that?
Cheating.
Potentially.
Well, sure.
It's okay. But if I don't have anywhere to go, then I don't see the point in washing my hair.
Right.
Or, like, if I don't have anywhere important to go.
Right.
Like, I won't go to
to
church
the
with crazy hair. Right. The gym? I don't care.
Because they don't. They're not supposed to.
There was a girl in the gym today, off topic kind of. She legit had her hair completely down, curled, looked perfect. And I was just like, why?
I kind of envy people, but also get mad at people who do that.
Yeah, because I'm up in there with, like, my day 3 hair and just trying to make it, you know? And she's looking
curled her hair.
Spotless. And I'm like, wow.
For Planet Fitness.
It's crazy. I don't understand.
I mean, if you get into, like, the routine of, like, overnight curls.
That's valid.
But still, like, I can't get behind it.
Whew.
One day, you know, maybe when I'm, like, old and I don't have any kids anymore. And
I was about to say.
Going, you know, to church, and I guess that's the only thing I do, then maybe.
Yeah.
But it probably won't.
No.
Like,
I feel like at that point, like, I think it'll be like this gap of, like, I'll start caring, and then, like, I'll become a mom, and I don't have time to care. And then, like, once they're out of the house, I'll start caring again, because I won't have anything else to fill my time, and so I'll just fill my time with getting ready and putting forth effort towards myself again. So I think it's just going to be periods of my life. Phases.
Love it.
Whatever.
But that sounds right. Like, isn't that what's supposed to happen?
I think so. Maybe. I don't know. But I also feel like you should care about yourself when you're a parent. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
sure.
put forth the time for yourself. But will I have time? No, probably not. But that's okay.
Yeah. It's okay. Excited to have kids. We just know their work.
Yes. And 10, 15 years down the road. If not more.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Chloe
Well,
will agree
yeah.
on that one.
Yes, we're still a little young.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Next is this is just a random question, but who would you have narrate your autobiography?
Okay, hold on. This is such a homeschool moment for me. But an autobiography is I wrote it about me or they wrote it about me.
It's just a biography, so it's just
Oh.
What? It's just like an
audio.
audiobook about you. I don't know who wrote it.
So
maybe I should look that up.
So if I wrote it, I would get my mom to, simply because she would read it and either go, that's not how that happened, and it would be like her opinion towards it, which would be so fun because I think it would be so entertaining for people. And she's a really good reader. But like
okay, it is a book about you that you write.
Okay, then yes, it would be my mom for sure. Because it would just be hilarious.
That would be good. I would listen to that. I'd be like, oh my goodness, I remember that. Oh, Maya told me about that time.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, I was thinking like the guy from Forrest Gump. No, Forrest Gump, not that one. Forrest Gump. What's his name?
I don't know, I've never seen it.
Forrest Gump. That guy. Oh.
I've never seen
Tom
him.
Hanks.
Oh,
I think
what
that's
does
the
he
right
look
person.
like? Oh, you were going famous person.
Yeah, but also, yes, that guy. But like in his
okay.
Mississippi accent, because that would be so funny.
Okay. Ooh, I would probably, if it's a famous person, I would have to do somebody with like a British accent.
And now this is Maya. I can't do a British accent.
Maya. This is Maya.
Natural habitats.
Natural.
Reading a book.
Yes, it would definitely be somebody with an English? No. British. A British accent, yeah. I think. But I would pick my mom first, because it's going to be hilarious. But
that would be. Or my Grandma Joe. That would be kind of funny. Because I feel like she would do the same thing.
Okay.
I didn't hear about this. What happened there?
Where was I at?
I hate to tell you, Grandma, but
yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
That's...
That would be you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Be interesting.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it kind of is what it is.
For sure.
Okay, we can go to...
The Bible?
The Bible.
Wow, we're pulling it out.
Unfiltered faith. So we're in 1 Timothy 2, and it's mentioning women and how they should live and how they should treat others and present themselves in the church. So in verse 9 it says, I also want the women to dress modestly with decency and propriety. We may need to look that up. Propriety, adorning themselves with elaborate hairstyles, not with elaborate hairstyles or... Wait, why am I struggling with this? Dress modestly with decency and propriety, adorning themselves, not with... Why did you do this to me? Yes, maybe you should just read it.
Alright, can you look up propriety? I don't think that's the word. That's not how it's spelled. It's with... Yeah, because that's propriety. Okay. I also want the women to dress modestly with decency and propriety, adorning themselves, not with elaborate hairstyles or gold or pearls or expensive clothes, but with good deeds appropriate for women who profess to worship God. Verse 11. A woman should learn in quietness and full submission. I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over a man. She must be quiet. 13. For Adam was formed first, then Eve. And Adam was not the one deceived. It was the woman who was deceived and became a sinner. But women will be saved through childbearing if they continue in faith, love, and holiness with propriety.
So he wants propriety.
Yes, what does that mean?
It's a noun, the state or quality of conforming to conventionally accepted standards of behaviors and morals.
Okay. Got it.
So kind of like a more conservative, I'm assuming, state.
Okay.
Like another word for modesty, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
That adds a lot more.
Yeah, I agree. It makes sense for sure.
We'll switch.
Okay.
Good baby. Sometimes, especially when you're reading it, you're like, man, that makes so much more sense. And then, like, you read it out loud, and you're like,
that made no sense.
I just lost it all.
Yeah. No, I'm the exact same.
Okay.
Yeah, I tend to research Bible verses all the time because I'm like, what does
you
this
just
mean?
do that one verse, you, like, read it, and then just that one, and you're like,
I need this broken down a little bit more than that.
Please help.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, I like how he talks about outward and then kind of goes inwards, which I kind of think is kind of cool.
Yeah, because in this day and time, people don't focus on, like, the inward as much as the outward, because it's very much like, oh, what do they look like? How do they dress? Or that type of thing. But, like, yes, that's important, obviously, because people get led astray from the outward appearance, but also with the inward appearance, that's very important because you need to be able to be spiritually stable in a way, if that makes sense. I don't know. But yes, yeah. I do agree with that, because, like, faith, love, and holiness, because he tells us to be holy because he is holy, and we are supposed to be like him because we were created in his image.
Yeah. So, I like it. I thought, I don't know, I was just reading this week, and I was like, oh, that truly speaks to women and how they, as believers, should act. And I think it kind of just all starts with the heart. So, like, you know, you can't just, like, oh, I'm gonna dress this way. It's like, there's a reason you dress that way. You don't, like, there's specific reasons.
Yes.
Right? And so that kind of all just starts within the heart and how the Lord puts that onto you.
I agree, because it's like, are you dressing this way because you're told to dress that way, or are you dressing this way because you truly feel like that's how you're called to dress? Which is, it's different. It's like you're telling somebody, hey, you should, it's like you're in a relationship, right? It's like, hey, you should go to church, like, it's important for you, but is he or she going to church for you, or are they going to church because they want to further their relationship with the Lord? Right. It's very similar in that.
Absolutely. I think so. And I think, and then going to the dynamic between a man and a woman, I think that's really important to, like, understand, right? Like, we're created equally, but we're also created for different things. So, I think it's important to just understand that, and I don't know.
But that's hard. Like, I know for me that can be hard, because I'm like, no, I can do everything. Like, I'm good. I don't need any help. What are you talking about? Like, I'm good. But then it's like, no, we're not supposed to do everything. And that's hard, like, in this day and time, too. It's like, I'm good. I don't need a man. Which, like, in theory, like, some people I don't think are called to be married. But some people are, and in that, we do need to be submissive to our future husbands. Which, it's a learning curve, though. It will be.
Oh, yeah. That's right, because you, like, grow up in this whole, like, idea where you're like, oh, I can do it myself. Which, like, absolutely can relate. But then eventually you're going to have to, like, turn from, like, this independentness to, like...
Anyways, if we repeat ourselves,
It is what it is.
The camera decided to stop recording.
Yeah.
So
again, it's our first time.
Here we are. But independentness.
Yeah.
I guess we can go to the question of, because I have no idea where we actually left off, but what is one attribute from your parents' marriage relationship that you want in your future one?
For me, it would be, like, being, I guess, easy with our kids, but also pushing them to things that they want to do. So not, like, forcing grades or, like, school unless they actually truly, like, enjoy that and
Yes.
Excel, I suppose.
Yes.
Which I guess they don't have to excel. Because they just have to enjoy it.
I think success, like as long as they're enjoying something that they're being successful in. Because you can be successful in something that you don't enjoy.
Absolutely.
Or you can be successful in something that you're not necessarily called to do, but you're good at it, and so you feel like that's where you need to be. So yeah. I'm glad your parents are like that, though.
Yes.
Because I feel like I would, like my parents are the same way, and I would just stress myself out to no ends trying to make them happy based off of a grade on a sheet of paper. And that's no life to live. So, I appreciate that a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think I would get very far in a world where that is the only thing that matters.
I know I wouldn't.
So I'm like,
yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and so I wouldn't want to, like, judge somebody else on that.
Right.
So,
I agree.
I guess that goes into judgment and leaving that for Jesus. So.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, so what about you? What would you take from?
I would say my parents are really good at taking time for themselves separately outside of their marriage. So like fellowship with other people. My dad goes biking with his buddies. My mom has like her band stuff and everything like that. So that's always good for them, I know, because it's like two communities that you need outside of just like being in your household all the time. They're really good at that, and that's something that I want, is like I'm able to still go hang out with all of my friends and then come back, and he doesn't resent me for leaving him with the kids, if that makes sense. Like that's where I'm at. And then just the idea of like them taking times out for their marriage too, though. Like they don't always, because like your kids aren't necessarily going to be successful if the marriage isn't successful, you know? And so you have to take time out to put forth for the two of them, and then it'll flow into the kids of like, they're showing us how they treat each other, so then it's showing like my brother how a guy should treat a woman, and then vice versa. So that's really helpful. So just them taking time out for themselves is really good, because then they're like coming back, like they're catching up with each other and checking in, that type of thing. So I would say that for sure. But,
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yes. And then traveling. Where do you want to travel?
I would like to go to Greece, and then Asia.
Yes, that's super cool. I'm like a.
Which I know that's a continent. I'm aware. So like, wait, but like India. I would love to visit India and then Thailand.
Oh, India. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, is that the place that does the like the chalk throwing, or like the?
Yes.
Okay.
And they do like the flowers too.
Ooh.
And so yes.
You're a flower girly. You like
am.
flowers.
Yes. And you don't have to be. I'm not going to force you. So.
No, that's okay. I am Alaska, New Zealand. That's all I got.
Yes.
The only reason, like, I love the idea of Greece, and that's on my bucket list because my grandparents got married there, and so I want to go.
That's so cool.
I want to go see all that.
Let's see. I think my mom's stepfather is from Lebanon, and so he's like from that place, and it just seems so pretty. Wow. And so yes, I would definitely like to see it.
That'd be super cool.
But yeah, it is pretty cool.
I have a whole bucket list, and it's like ridiculous.
Exactly.
I'm like,
this
is this gonna happen?
The place of the week. We'll have more next. Honestly, we probably will. Next week I'll be like, Africa. South
Asia,
Africa.
Antarctica. Did you ever learn, completely off topic, but did you ever learn the continent song in school? Or is that just the public? North America, South America, Europe, Asia, and Australia, Africa, Antarctica. These are the continents.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Because honestly, I kind of thought that was a homeschool thing, so.
No, I learned it in 2nd grade public school.
Wow. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, for those of you that don't know, we were/are homeschooled. I transferred during COVID. She's always been homeschooled.
Always been. So.
Yeah.
That probably makes sense a lot for, like, the references. You know?
Yeah.
Kind of inconceivable. If they know, they know.
I can't.
Okay.
Okay.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, so.
It is what it is, what it is.
But, I don't know, traveling just, right, it seems like so far, yet so close.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so moral of the story is our camera died and I forgot a battery.
Yeah, been there, done that. Not the first time, so.
Yeah, it's okay. But song recommendations, we can do that really quick.
Okay, sure.
My song recommendations is Smile by Morgan Wallen. It's his brand new song. It's actually really good.
Delightful.
It's pretty.
Except I haven't listened to it.
It's kind of relatable, honestly. Highly recommend. I can do it. And then for Christian, I would say Hard Fought Hallelujah by Brandon Lake is a really good one that I tend to listen to all the time. But, Eliza?
Okay, I've been listening to Paul Zach a lot recently, and so Our Salvation is Bound Up Together. Pretty groovy, but it's also, like, you know, old and slow. And then, I guess for country, kind of, is Tennessee Sunset. So, don't mind me. Just crying in the corner. So.
It's fine. We all have those songs. But I guess we should probably outro since, you know.
Okay, this is it.
Okay, bye guys. Thanks for watching. Join in on the next podcast. And we won't let it die next time. Bye guys.